Well, hello there. Welcome to Candor with Katy. Oh my God, it's the first Candor with Katy, first podcast of 2025. This is very exciting. So I'm going to once again roll the intro and I'll be back. Boom! Let's do this. Hey. Okay, so this is an interesting topic. I had a few ideas. Ooh, hey. I had a few ideas tonight. I'm actually, it, it was like 69 degrees today, but it felt a lot colder. And, but I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Just had dinner with the rents, because they're here. So I've got like a better situation. I sort of have socks stuffed in a cup, but Sasquatch can sit comfortably. And Dad got me this awesome Sasquatch, because Sasquatch is not your average Sasquatch. He got me this cool cup. So tonight we're going to talk about this. Why do you give a why? So this is gonna deal with what we think about others and what others think about us. Now I've talked about this before with what we think others think about us, and really that's none of our business. Yada yada. I'm gonna go through that again, but I'm gonna put on my awesome yellow, my red glasses for 2025. I took some information from here. And I think I got some other ones too. But anyway, a lot of it's my info that I just kind of put together as I was thinking about stuff. So here's the deal. Why do we care so much what others are doing, wearing, eating, watching ad nauseum? Okay. Especially if it has nothing to do with us. So I'm going to give you some examples because some of the things I did, the reason why I'm talking about this is because we've all had our moments, right? And as we get older, I mean, I know I'm a spring chicken, but as we get older, sometimes we realize that some of the things that we may have been judgmental in or something are really something we don't need to be judgmental in. It's really not an issue. It's really a non-issue, I guess I would say. Okay, I don't want to remove this. How do I get this back? Oh, hang on. Okay. Oh, I don't want to put do you see the guy I have on there? Like, hey, why do we even care? Okay, so reasons why we do. Okay. We want to be liked and accepted by others. So we pay attention to what they're doing to ensure we're not deviating too much from the group norm or that they're not. Okay. So maybe you feel like you're not fitting in. So you want to make sure that they're feeling like they're fitting in. Yet you don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're doing or whether they care or not. Right. Social comparison. So we often compare ourselves to others to gauge our own standing and worth, which can lead to curiosity about their activities. So whether that's good or bad, I guess. We're just constantly judging other people. Okay, so empathy and concern. We naturally care about the well-being of those around us, leading us to be interested in their lives. But how much is too much? So I'm going to give you some examples. Are you ready for this? Because sometimes we can be kind of de-ooshers, if you know what I mean. So what about things that are acceptable to be concerned about or bothered by? And I put in there, at least to me, those are some things I thought of. Not washing your hands after going to the bathroom, interrupting others. And I know I'm guilty of that sometimes. I usually apologize. Playing loud music in public. So my parents and I were at Goodwill because they love to go shopping there, and so do I. And there was a guy walking through there. I don't know how old he was, but he had like a huge boombox, whatever, huge speakers, and was playing music really loud, just carrying it through the store. And I thought that was extremely rude because it's like just not a care in the world about others and their feelings. Oh my gosh, sorry. Oops, excuse me. See, now that's rude. Okay. Talking loudly on the phone in public. Remember when Bluetooth things first came out and people had those things on, and so you'd be standing on this side and someone would be talking and they're like la 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 la, and then you think they're talking to you or something, and then you're like, oh, they're talking on the phone. Oh, hey, I have a comment. Oh, it's Pam. I love Pam. That's the store's problem, not the other customers. Do you mean talking loudly on the phone or playing loud music? Oh, yeah. So you're right. The store should have come over there and or somebody from the store and told them, excuse me, but turn your music down. It was just so annoying. So passive aggressive behavior, you know, we all know people like that. Chewing loudly and or chewing with your mouth full, talking with your mouth full of food. This is huge for me. So I have friends that'll send me stuff. They're funny things. And it's like, one is a lady who, I don't know, she has some weird concoctions of food. And she just kind of looks funny, which like in a good way. Like she looks like, hey, she's a funny person or fun or whatever. And she takes the food out and then she starts talking, which is fine. And then she shoves it in her mouth and keeps talking. I can't continue watching this. I can't. And so I don't know, there may be some culture somewhere that's acceptable, but in my book, no, never. I literally, even if people are joking, I can't stand it. But I've talked about this like ad nauseum, right? Smacking your gum. I think that's extremely rude. That's me. Maybe you don't think so. I don't know. But the thing is, you have to also be consciously aware of what other people are doing, right? Okay. Things we shouldn't give an F about. Okay, now this might be a little controversial to some of you guys, because some people are like, okay, I'm just going to keep my face big here. Muffin tops, what someone's wearing, what they're eating. Okay, so to an extent, right? If someone's wearing something that's extremely too tight, or it's if you're going to be a good friend and it's unflattering and they care, then you can have a discussion about that. But who really cares if someone has a muffin top and they're wearing pants where it's coming over the top? And if you don't know what a muffin top is, it's when your like stomach like kind of hangs over the pants. Looks like the top of a muffin. It's aptly named. Okay, so only be concerned about what they're eating if it's really not healthy and you see them going down some kind of negative spiral. Hobby choices, who cares what someone's hobbies are? And honestly, don't be afraid to tell people either. So we have to get to this point where, and I'll talk about this a little bit here in a minute. I don't give an F about what you, okay, maybe you don't like the Highland Games. That doesn't matter. I love it and I want to keep doing it, okay? So we shouldn't care about social engagement. So some people have social anxiety. So if you're going to take them to a party, you don't have to be like, you have to talk to everybody, but you have to have, better expectations with friends that do have that. So I've had people in my past who want to go to parties with me. Sure, that's fine, but I tell them up front what it's going to be like. So listen, I'm not going to be with you all night. If you're okay with that, if you can talk to people on your own, and then we will hang out, I will introduce you to people and that'll be great, then absolutely yes. But you have to have clear expectations, okay? Don't just expect someone to be on the same level as you socially. And that just means like having fun, going to a party, going to a concert, a game, something like that, okay? Social media engagement, some people, so there are certain things. So like, okay, you judge someone for being on too much and posting too much, or they're not on enough. They don't share enough of their lives, and there's different reasons for everything, right? So my sister, after we lost my niece, Hazel, so that was 14 years ago, Erin really hasn't been on social media because she really hasn't wanted to engage or be involved. And that's fine, right? But there's red flags. So if you meet a guy, if you're a girl and you meet a guy, or if you're a guy and you meet a girl and they're like, oh yeah, out of respect for my ex, or blah, blah, blah. I'm not, not the not ready thing. There are red flags there. And we can talk about that later if you need it, but we really shouldn't care how much someone is or is not on social media. Like sometimes I feel the pressure myself, and really it shouldn't matter, right? As long as you're authentic and there you go. Hairstyle. Who cares what kind of hairstyle people, if a woman wants to shave her head, so be it. Right. And I put cellulite on there because there's a lot of women that think men really care. But there's a lot of men that really don't care. And honestly, it's a part of life. I don't know if men have cellulite. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Maybe women are just so beautiful that they have to have cellulite on their bodies and make it a topic of conversation. But really, who gives a about that? Who does? Is that affecting you in any way? Okay, so I'm gonna make this bigger now, okay? So how do I stop care about what others are doing? So I was thinking about this. So ask yourself how it's affecting you. If it doesn't, reframe your thoughts and let it go. So a prime example would be maybe a younger, and I heard, I used to hear high school students make fun of people or whatever. Oh, like so-and-so is overweight and they're wearing shorts and their legs are unattractive. Well, guess what? It's 100 and whatever degrees out. They're allowed to wear whatever the hell they want to, right? So that should have no bearing on what's acceptable to someone else, right? I mean, it's not an inappropriate dress kind of thing. Okay. Trisha says 2025, the year to love me first and not feel guilty. And that means saying, who gives a exactly. You know exactly what that means. Okay. So you ask yourself how it's affecting you. If it doesn't affect you, reframe your thoughts and let it go. Is it hurting you? Are you being judgmental? Okay. So this is when you check in with yourself and you remind yourself that it just doesn't matter. Oh, shoot. I was going to pull this up. And maybe some of you guys don't know this, and even if you are too young to know it, I'm a person who's always watched reruns. So I even love old black and white movies. If you remember that Meatballs movie with, was it? No, not Chevy Chase, Bill Murray. And it's like, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you're not hurting anybody, it doesn't matter. When you are your authentic you, people start magnetizing themselves. Is that a word? Did I put that right? I don't know. But you just start attracting the right people in your life. Okay. So walk the walk, talk the talk. Okay. Don't give an F about what other people are thinking about you. And I was thinking about, I put a cool quote in here. So I'll talk about that in a second here. Just as it isn't anyone's business what you are wearing, eating, watching, etc., it's not your business what other people are doing. Okay. Is it within your control? Is it something you need to have in your control? When peeps are judging you, it's about them, not you. So remember that when you're judging others. Okay. So if that's a good phrase to remind yourself, if someone's giving you a hard time about something and you're like, it's not about me, it's not about me, it's not about me, you have to remember that the reversal is also true. So if you're judging someone else, it is about you, or it could potentially be about you. Take a look at yourself, see what you need to change, right? Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh, this is my little quote that I made up. Freedom not only comes with not caring what other people think about you, but knowing that it's just the same for others, which is what I was just talking about, right? If it doesn't directly affect you, let it go. Look at that. Katie Horgan said that. What? Okay, so now I'm going to read a couple of things, and then we're done. It's a short and sweet one tonight, okay? These are the 7 rules of life. So these are good to really think about. 1, make peace with your past so it does not affect the present. 2, what others think of you is none of their business, and vice versa. 3, time heals almost everything. Give it time. 4, and by the way, there's no timeline either. So if it takes you 50 years, it takes you 50 years. Number 3, time heals almost everything. Oh, sorry. Number 4, compare your life. Don't compare your life to others and don't judge them. You have no idea what their journey is all about. Okay. 5, it's all right not to know all the answers. They will come to you when you least expect it. 6, you are in charge of your happiness. And then 7, I can't quite see that one. What is that one? Smile. You don't own all the problems in the world. Okay. So I had another thought, but it left my head. Just remember, it's a great big world we live in, but it's also very small. And what you do matters, and what you think matters, and what you say matters, and how you act matters. Okay. And part of it is confidence. And part of that is confidence, just knowing that it doesn't matter what other people think. And it doesn't matter what we think about others and what they're wearing, eating, whatever, should have no bearing unless it really affects their health or affects you somehow. Okay. So, hey, starting out 2025, let's all stay on the positive side, not like toxic positivity, but let's just be decent. Be decent. Okay. And have a great day. And I will see you next week. See you later. Oh, sit squatch. Sorry, I almost forgot. The journey begins with you. So be good to yourself. And me. Horgan loves you. Me. I'll see you next week, okay? Okay, bye. Maybe.